I know that you didn't set out to kill my cousin that day. At the end of the day, there's so many different things that you could have done, and you didn't have to drive that day.
Driving while out of custody on a DUI charge, only to allegedly hit and kill a father walking to work. Good evening, I'm David Charnes.
And I'm Denise Valdez. This wasn't the driver's first, second, even his third DUI, but he was out of custody after police arrested him a fourth time.
Well, now he's accused of driving impaired again. This time, police say he hit and killed a veteran. So how did it happen? We've uncovered a significant flaw in the system leading to DUI drivers, even repeat offenders, having little to no restrictions as they wait for their criminal cases to move forward. And now it's having deadly consequences.
I love you. You'll be in a better place.
That's what Amaris Davis wanted to say to her cousin, but she didn't have the chance. Last October, an impaired driver hit and killed 48-year-old George Brown here on Marion Drive near Nellis Air Force Base.
Even though he was no nonsense, you could still tell that he was very passionate about helping people.
Helping people is what Davis believes Brown was up to the morning he died, working as a handyman and getting an early start that morning. George Brown, a father, a veteran, left for dead on the side of the road just before sunrise.
It felt like a ton of bricks just hit you.
Metro Police would later find the man they say was driving, 22-year-old Alfredo Jauregui. These photos from the crash scene showing debris from a truck, detectives say Jauregui was driving and one belonging to his family.
This was entirely preventable.
Preventable because for Alfredo Jauregui, a DUI conviction isn't something new. Court records the Eduzao investigators obtained show at the time of his arrest, Jauregui had 3 prior DUI convictions on his record, the first from as recent as 2021.
State of Nevada versus Alfredo Jauregui.
It doesn't end there. Last May, Jauregui picked up his 4th DUI. His attorney saying this during his initial appearance in North Las Vegas Justice Court.
But what jumped out at me, he's only 22 years old and he has this many DUI arrests. It's kind of sad more than anything this young man hasn't figured it out after at least the first arrest.
Remember, this is his 4th DUI arrest. The judge setting bail at $10,000, ordering Jauregui to wear an alcohol monitoring bracelet and pleading with him not to drive.
It seems that this defendant has no capacity to alter his behavior.
Under Nevada law, that's as far as he could go because prosecutors had yet to file their criminal complaint. That's a piece of paper like this, listing what prosecutors are alleging you did. The Eduzao investigators finding even after a person is arrested for DUI, the actual filing of DUI charges may not happen for months. That's because delays in blood testing, a crucial piece of evidence when accusing someone of driving impaired, means delays in justice. It's a valley-wide problem, with the Eduzao investigators discovering the average blood test for Metro Police takes 105 days. Henderson Police, 101.
So I'm assuming you're not asking me to hold her any longer, is that right?
2 years ago, the Eduzao investigators followed one woman's DUI case, her 7th, where a Henderson judge pleaded with her not to get behind the wheel, as prosecutors there awaited those blood results to file charges.
You can't drive. Do you understand?
2 weeks later,
Henderson Police Department lab scientists that are employed at that lab are out of town this week at
all at the same time?
Yes, and they're out at a conference.
No results, nothing that judge could do. A spokesperson for North Las Vegas Police, the agency that arrested Jauregui for that 4th DUI, says it tested his results a month after his arrest. Remember, police arrested him at the end of May. This was the end of August.
State's requesting 90-day sugar.
Now, about 3 months after his 4th DUI arrest, Jauregui was back in front of a different North Las Vegas judge. But this time, his alcohol monitoring bracelet showed he consumed alcohol when he was ordered not to.
Just one time, or several, please.
Because prosecutors had yet to file that complaint, no blood results on a piece of paper, the judge released him. The judge telling the Eduzao investigators he couldn't jail Jauregui because there was no complaint. In his words, no charge. On top of his release into our community, the court says the company that runs the alcohol monitoring program terminated Haragi because he failed to pay fines associated with that alcohol monitor. So by the end of August, with 3 DUI convictions and now a 4th hanging over his head, he was out of custody with no monitor at all.
After the ankle monitor went off, it should have just been you're going straight to CCDC, and all of this could have been avoided. And knowing that this was preventable and they didn't do anything about it and it was just a continue, let go, you come back, stay out of trouble, don't drink and drive.
It is very difficult to Monday morning quarterback. It just is.
Melissa De La Garza is the chief judge of the Las Vegas Justice Court, one similar to the court hearing Haragi's 4th DUI case. We asked her about DUI cases in generalities and not about this specific defendant.
It is difficult to put a restriction on somebody when you don't have those blood results, when you don't have the complaint in front of you.
She says the standard now in most DUI cases across the county is to delay for 4 months, not because anybody wants to, but because that's how long, on average, these blood results are taking.
When somebody comes through that door and we don't have results and we don't have a complaint in front of us, then it's a violation of somebody's rights to just hold them for an unknown amount of time and take away their liberty, just waiting.
Alfredo Haragi didn't have to wait.
Watching here on November 21st.
Just 5 weeks after he promised to return to court,
We didn't get to say goodbye. We didn't get to go to the hospital.
prosecutors were accusing him of killing George Brown. Documents the 8 News Now investigators obtained revealing Haragi admitted to police he consumed cocaine, marijuana, and alcohol in the hours before.
This all could have been avoided. And it makes us severely and extremely angry to know that it wasn't taken serious the first few times.
Those first few times, as in those first 3 arrests. Even though Nevada requires a person's 3rd DUI arrest be treated as a felony, because Haragi racked up 3 DUI cases in a year, the courts simply couldn't keep up, treating them all as misdemeanors. Records show municipal court judges ordered Haragi to attend classes, stay out of trouble, and pay a fine. With several failures to appear, those judges ended up giving him 98 days in jail for 1 case and 82 days in jail for 2 cases combined.
I just think that it needs to be taken seriously from the jump. So even in the first one, you can up the charges or up the severity of it more. So that way people don't have to die or be hurt before it's taken seriously.
Now, all that's left for Brown's family is this roadside memorial as they question why the system failed them, why those delays allowed a repeat offender to drive off to eventually face one deadly consequence.
To know that you're only 22 and you had all of those DUIs in this, what made you think that you were invincible from the law?
Another family living with those consequences. Now, we should mention prosecutors do rush blood testing in cases involving death. One possible solution to this testing crisis is building a state crime lab. Nevada is one of 2 states without one. The Department of Public Safety has asked lawmakers for one for years, but pulled that request last year. Right now, Alfredo Haragi's latest DUI case, this time involving death, is paused. He's undergoing a competency evaluation, meaning a judge doesn't believe he understands the criminal proceedings against him. As we've reported, Nevada's DUI with death law allows a judge to sentence a person anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison. Records show Alfredo Haragi turned down a deal that would have put him in prison for at least 3 years, an amount of time Brown's family says doesn't fit the crime.